Good morning everyone, thanks for coming. Let me introduce myself firstly. I am Kadir Arslan and I am a student in Industrial Engineering program in Agri. So, my purpose today is giving a presentation about learning English. Once, a professor that I admired very much said to me, if you don't know English, you don't exist in 21st century. So, it is really important. I developed three main approaches in my presentation. Firstly, general information, and secondly, websites, and finally, applications that will help you in learning English. Let's begin by general information about English. What is it and why is it important, and some statistics about it. For example, if you like me, you heard it at least one time that English is not the most spoken language in the world. China is with its population. But this chart in the next slide shows that this information is completely wrong, and English is the most spoken language in the world with 1.3 billion speakers. And next slide, let's look at this closer. Why it's important? Because 1.5 billion people speaks English and 2 billion studies it. That means nearly one out of the 4 people speaks English or at least understanding it. It is really important because of the education, career, because of the communication systems about the world. And this map shows the countries that English is the official language on it. And this chart shows the English proficiency in Europe in 2021, and not too hard to see Turkey in this list. Unfortunately, Turkey comes last second in the Europe English proficiency. So, it is a really bad situation, but what I want to focus on the solutions, not the how bad is the problems. So, my rest of the presentation will depend on the solutions. Firstly, I want to focus on some websites that will help you in learning English. And my first recommendation will be Cambridge to vocabulary. If you want to search a vocabulary, if you want to understand it, you have to go to Cambridge and see the pronunciation, definition, and sample sentences. More sample sentences, you can go to the phrases because you will see a lot of it. And pronunciate the sentences, long sentences, you can go to Speak System Sleep because you can pronunciate your sentences and generate it and listen like it.
Kadir Arslan is the best student in the world.
My next point is the best way to learn English in websites, which is TED.com. After a couple of arrangements, you can see the paradise of English videos. While learning English, you can educate yourself. You can improve your brain structures while watching the science videos or social sciences about anything. And while watching it, you can see the transcripts on the right side. So, as we talk about the websites, now let's move on to the applications. How they can help in learning English. My first recommendation will be write down every word that you hear it in English, because it's really important to vocabulary, and if you want to learn it, you have to study it. And after the write down, you can transform to the Quizlets, because you can create a set and see the flashcards in Quizlets like it. You can study the flashcards, write it, and you can test yourself and writing skills. Screen will depend on the listening skills. It shows you a short video and try to answer what's on it. And for reading, I will highly recommend EVA, because in EVA you can choose the books and you can go to the text. And if you don't know the words, you can click on it. Let me summarize what we talked about. We talked about some general information about English, Turkish position, and some recommendation about websites and applications that will help you in learning English. So this brings me to the end of my presentation. To conclude, I highly recommend you just try. Nothing is impossible, and I will be very happy to answer your questions. Any question?
How can we speak English fluently? Because we may have some problems with that.
In speaking, the key point is not shaming. Talk to the wall or anything and don't shame. Don't afraid to making mistakes. That will help you in speaking.